All right. Welcome to another episode of the Hood Talks podcast.
Hey.
What's up, Shante?
Hey, this ain't no regular episode. This is a new vibe for season 4, and I am excited.
Yes. I am so glad that you are here and super excited for this new journey. Season 4 is, I feel like, again, the best season yet to come.
It is. I'm glad to be here.
You are proof of that, girl. So, okay, let's get into it. Let's tell people who you are.
Okay. I'm a Taurus with a Capricorn moon. No, I was playing. I am Shante Love. I am a mental health advocate. Full-time mom on top of that. And on the side, I be trying to make people laugh as a comedian.
And now you are.
Now, I don't know how to play drums one day. I am the segment co-host for the Hood Talks podcast segment, The Hood Heals. I get to be with Savannah. Ooh, the next couple of months is going to be dope.
I agree. It's going to be super dope. We're going to have so much fun. But this is a serious segment, but I just feel like we need to bring some of the lightness to this space. And
we do.
Bring all of that to this.
Yeah, we do, because we talk about some serious stuff sometimes, but you got to find the light and the breath in some things. Or, according to my therapist, using it as a defense mechanism, because you're not handling stuff well. Either way, we're going to laugh.
And laughter is good for the soul.
It is.
Yes, I'm all for laughter. If those folks who don't know me, comedy is one of my favorite things. So, I might be a little biased here. A little bit.
That's okay. Because it's your podcast. You get to do that.
It's the community's podcast. And we're bringing community to the space. So, and I'm so, again, happy for that and happy that you accepted because that was always one of my goals is like how to branch off and get more people in the space so it doesn't look like the Savannah show and it really do become centered around community more, especially in the hosting. So you are the first. You opening that door. I'm so excited.
I'm so glad to be a part of that and that we know each other and that you trust me enough to join in on this journey with you that you have already skyrocketed with. So I love you, girl.
I love you too. Yes, because you didn't even get into all of the things that you do, like the doula.
I know. I was like, they got a little while to learn a little bit more about me,
They do. It's so much to Shante Love.
It is.
It is.
On paper, it might seem a little erratic, but it all makes sense and it all works together what I do.
It does. You do a lot. You be out here. So
I'm starting to realize that I do. Michael B. Jordan still ain't found me yet, though. Like, I don't know how much more. I'm going to start making some YouTube videos or something.
You got to get a little aggressive.
It is. I don't know. Some dudes say I'm too aggressive. Maybe I'm not aggressive enough for the right one. I'm going to take that into consideration.
Yeah, take that into consideration. Yeah. All right, y'all. So, we go. Shante Love is here, and she going to be here to stay this season. So, you definitely going to get to know more about her. But throughout that process, we wanted to do like a getting to know you segment of this here space so that we can, again, get to know more of you as the co-host.
Yes.
So, one thing, y'all gonna hear me probably laugh a lot this season, especially on this episode with Shante, right? So we were sitting here. So this is like our introduction to Shante and our introduction to this new this segment and this new season. And we want to just take time to talk to you all about our mental health, right? Right? Yes. That's what we agreed. But before that, y'all, real and raw, we were sitting up here trying to figure out what we could bring to the agenda. Shante, tell them what you said, girl.
You wanted an icebreaker. And I've been thinking of like icebreakers when it comes to like party games and stuff like that. So I don't know why, what is it? Kiss, Marry, Kill came up to mind, but I'm like, it got to be a more wholesome version to that game because I don't need nobody, sending out APBs about, Shante said they want to. Nope, I didn't make the game, so I was like, you got to be more wholesome. But talk about what you found, though.
Yes. So she said that, and I was like, let's Google it because y'all know Google got everything. So we did. We found a very much lighter version. Okay, y'all. It is hugging, giving a high five, or hanging out with. So those are your choices.
That is definitely the rated Y version of that game.
Kid friendly, okay? Very kid friendly. Even though we the Hood Talks podcast, we like to keep it real and raw. Baby, I wasn't gonna have nobody chasing after me, okay? We don't need them problems.
Woo! Not at all.
So we got our choices. Who are we hugging, giving a high five, or hanging out with? I'm gonna let you go.
So who I'm hugging, we already know is Michael B. Jordan. I know that man smells immaculate. I know he do. Who I'm hanging out with. If I had to hang out with someone on a more like professional level, I would say Ava DuVernay. Okay. If we hanging out to get to know, to marry, again, Michael B. Jordan. I am going to high five Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Now that used to be my childhood crush. I was definitely going to be the Princess of Bel-Air. Couldn't tell me nothing.
I think Jada took that. I'm so sorry.
She did. So that was hug, high five, and then what was the other one?
You said hanging out with Ava.
Oh yes, right? Hang out with Ava. So yeah.
Yep,
that's it. Yep.
Your hugging was, of course, your boo. He don't know it yet, but that's her boo. Michael B. Jordan. Giving a high five, Will Smith.
Yes.
And hanging out with
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah. Okay. And you said why? Because he was your crush, Will Smith?
I was obsessed with Will Smith. And I think that's why I get made fun of for my rap or hip hop taste. Now as an adult, I liked happy rap. Will Smith was happy rap. I didn't, it wasn't a lot of cursing and stuff like that. And that was the stuff that I was okay to listen to. I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Anytime he was in a movie, like I have notebooks still to this day that says Smith is my last name. Like I used to practice my signature like Smith was gonna be my last name. I don't know what it was about that tall, scrumptious, light-skinned man, but that was going to be my boo.
You probably got a little taste there because Michael B. Jordan is like a little, tall and slim, built like. Yeah.
Now, do I choose that in the real world? No, I got my wires crossed a little bit, but I'm gonna do better in this new journey I'm in that area.
So I'm sticking to my desires.
Right. We're not venturing off the course this time.
You so girl, I cannot.
All right,
I cannot.
Okay, all right. You are up next. Who are you hugging, high-fiving, and hanging out with?
Hugging. I am definitely hugging Fantasia. Shout out to sis. The Color Purple.
I'm so glad she didn't give up on her dreams and pursuing stuff.
Man, and to talk about how her journey was doing that show on Broadway and coming back to do it, the film, and how heavy she said it was heavy to play that part. Mm-hmm. So I would love to hug her because she's just such an inspiration. And I really, really, really enjoy her authentic self as she shows it. So yes, I would definitely be hugging Fantasia to show her some love and what she's been doing as a woman. and how she out here in this game trying to stay authentic.
People go towards authentic people. That's why you're authentic in everything you do. So that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
Never sugarcoated or changed who she was, how she talked, or anything like that.
No.
It still make a difference and still be heard just like you do.
Well, thank you.
Oh, since we giving flowers while we alive.
I appreciate that. I do. Yeah. And I agree. And I think she has not gotten her flowers, and I really hope that they do give her flowers because she deserves them. Who am I high-fiving? I don't know. Who am I high-fiving? I'm gonna come back to that. Okay. Who am I hanging out with? I definitely want to hang out with Tyler Perry for a day.
Oh, yes.
I do.
Yeah. Have you watched the documentary? I have not watched the documentary yet, but I want to.
I did watch his documentary, and I think it was really well done. Really, really well done. So I definitely would love to hang out with him and get his perspective. His being is very what do you call it? Like I can't think of the word, but a lot of people like you either hate or like him, and I just really, really would love to just sit and listen to him and watch him move on his day to day, and take some gems from that. And who am I high fiving? Oh, why is this so hard? I don't know.
It's harder than the real version.
It is. I don't know why the high five is so hard.
I don't know. I guess think about it. Who you want to give? Like, hey, good job, buddy. I don't know. I guess that's what.
That's the mindset that I'm trying to think of. I guess I'm gonna say I'm high fiving all the mamas out here.
Hey, yo, that part because we out here doing mamas. It. High five, mamas.
High five. Yes, on this snowy day here in St. Louis. So yeah, so shout out to that. That wasn't bad. See, that was nice.
And I was still able to keep it PG. See,
you kept it PG as PG as
you know me. It'll go left real fast.
the wholesome one. Okay, so if y'all ever thinking about an icebreaker,
right there you go.
We got y'all. Woo. Okay, girl. Look. We ain't even 15 minutes in.
I know.
Just laughing.
My cheeks already getting a workout today.
I know.
Do your facial exercises laugh.
Yes. Good for the soul.
Yes.
Because, again, this is a heavy topic. Ooh, mental health. Healing. Ooh. It's not easy.
Right. Not being diagnosed or suffering or battling is one thing, on top of then recognizing it and then trying to heal through it, because you re-traumatize yourself or find out more things as you're healing. Yes. It is not cute like they make it seem to be. It's not.
No, it's not cute. It's not easy. It's definitely the moment you have those triggers that you can't control. And every day is not the same.
Oh, yeah. You think you good and then bam. I'm for real. I mean, sometimes like, is it, should I be healing or should I just kind of deal with what's going on? Because either way, it's feeling a little sus. It ain't giving what it's giving. But I'm trying to stay the course. So trying to stay the course.
Stay in the course. That's what's up. And we're going to talk about it. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. Because that's what we're here for. And this is why I created this segment, right? Is because there's so many things around mental health that we could talk about. And I think it was also important to find ways to incorporate the tools and techniques and the people who can help you do it. Mm-hmm. So, yes. Me and Shante Love is here. Yes, this first episode we're talking to each other so you can get to know Shante. But throughout this season, again, we will continue interviewing and talking to those professional folks who are in those spaces, who can talk to providing and helping us learn tools and techniques on how we can continue our journeys of, checking our mental health, making sure we good and healing.
Living the best life that we possibly can. Having the right tools is key. Like my therapist making sure, baby, my toolbox, I'm about to build some houses with this in a minute. Like,
yes,
let me get these tools so I can show other people how to use these tools and where to go to get them, how to keep them in good shape.
That part, getting the tools and passing them along so people help other people. Whew, yes, that's real. That is real. So, who you checking on today? Mental health check-in. Who is you checking on today?
Let me see. I want to check on some of these Emmy winners. I usually don't watch award shows. But I happened to watch clips and saw that we had some dope Black women winning Emmys this week in lead roles for shows. Niecy Nash won Best Lead Actress in like a limited series or something like that. Quinta won Best Lead Actress for her show Abbott Elementary in a comedy. And the only other Black woman that ever won that award was the lady, and her name escapes me, that played in The Jeffersons. She won that. Think about that age gap.
Wow. That is.
Are those years and those generations that went by before another woman won lead actress in a show like that was a comedy or a musical. And it's just like the work that we put in as Black women goes so unrecognized, even though we are always behind the scenes, always pushing, always have to be better than the next. And we still continue to shine, even though we don't get the recognition all the time. Baby, that's tough. That's tough. And then, imposter syndrome doesn't matter if you're rich or not. Sometimes it's like, I deserve this, I earn this, and it's like that. And there's always people trying to tear you down, even when you at the highest and you got the credentials to show that. Like, winning and everything is great, but sometimes it's that inner self. Sometimes I'm like, let's check in. Like, since we won, we got this, but we good because we're gonna keep moving, we're gonna keep shining, we're gonna keep going. But that's a lot. Like, I will cry for days if I won, because think about how much they put into those roles in their careers and stuff like that. That's a lot. Even when good things are happening, sometimes you still got to check in on your mental health.
Oh, I love that piece. That is real.
Yeah.
That is so real. And I didn't think about that until you just said that. And that is real. Even at those times where you feel like you have everything that succeeded, or you do have to check in, because like I think it goes back to what you just said, and one of my check-ins was going to be Taraji, but so it's kind of on the same page. But when you were saying that, I was thinking too, like because of the, like you said, we put in so much work, so much work, and like sometimes you get to a level and you feel like, even though you accomplished that level, you like, so now what I gotta go push through, versus just being
like, how many ceilings you gotta break, and then carrying the weight of breaking those ceilings and being authentic, so the next generation doesn't have to do it as hard. Yes. I think people fail to realize is that women in other positions are pushing so hard, so it's easier for the next to do it. You might not think it, people, because we be the most caring people, just women in general, just be the most caring people. We don't want to see you fail, baby girl. No.
Even if we don't get along, like, I don't even want to see you fail. Keep doing you, even if I can't, we can't do it together. Like that part. I wish more of us understood that. Like, even if we can't do it together, let people do them and let people succeed, because it's enough for everybody. So yes, I agree. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
And I was saying Taraji because I know Sis was talking about her value, feeling the value of not being able to. She works so hard and she's not getting what she feels she deserves.
Yeah.
So I would want to check on her. Because I think too, I understand. Some people love to tell me too, like, I'm not striving. I don't strive enough, or I don't want enough. But I sometimes think we as Black people, we fall into this imagery of what white supremacy culture tells us is our desires. And so we start to go chasing that. And then we're chasing that and wondering why it feels so hard for us. Because
or
it's
lost in the process.
Or lost in the process. It's because I think, we lose the value of our being just being. And we start trying to glamorify what they tell us we should be and the lifestyle we should live and the things that we should have. And we go chasing that. And we wondering why we so burnt out and feeling unappreciated or overworked and underpaid. And I'm not saying that she should get paid more. I'm just saying in her mindset of what are you really aiming for? And is this what, you need to be aiming for? Or do you need to take a step back and think more like, I shouldn't have to work this hard. So I'm just thinking like in my mind, it's just really taking a step back to analyze like where she is and the value of what she has done and what do she really need to do and align. And I have to do that for myself too, though. As a person, like I ain't nowhere near.
It's like she's doing so much and she does it well.
She does.
Like Hidden Figures, this one other movie that she was in, like she does it well. And it's right. It's like you have to fight twice as hard just to even get a fraction of what counterparts are who probably don't have it or who have to fight for roles. You have to think about it. It was something I was watching with Gabrielle Union, something else like that. When it comes to certain black roles and stuff like that, they usually only go for a certain amount. So then you're already fighting your sister in a sense for a role.
Yes.
When they make plenty of roles for all these others, like I've seen so many different other people I would consider B or C list actors and stuff. When there's so many, it's just like how hard do I got to keep working, knowing that I'm giving top tier and I'm not being paid top tier.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I do. That's why I said I hope she analyzed what she's giving and pouring into in the spaces that she's in, along with demanding more. But that's why I said I'm resonating with that myself. Like, how can I really be intentional about what spaces I'm in and what I'm saying yes to? Because sometimes we do, as Black women, feel like we have to do everything. We have to be in every spaces. We have to, because if we don't, like that value of ain't nobody gonna see me, I gotta give it my best because this is my, this might be my only or my last. So it's just this is my only opportunity, so it does feel like you just have to.
I've been struggling with that on both sides, the entertainment side of what I was trying to do and the professional side of what I was trying to do. And I was already burnt out because, the job that I was working and that situation didn't pan out and being laid off. And it was crazy. I was like, I work for a mental health company and they laid off a bunch of people. And I was like, well, now I need the services that I was offering. And then y'all can't do it because y'all laid everybody off. I'm like, make it make sense.
That's crazy though. And shout out to you, Shante. I don't even know if you said that you had some professional experience.
Yeah, I have background in suicide crisis prevention for like 3 years, on top of 5 years of perinatal peer support. So I know I be forgetting on paper. I be seeing how awesome I am. When I talk about, I need to start talking myself up more though. It'd be I don't like that word humble. Actually, look what humble meant, baby. No. I
learned that too. Like you gotta read. I had to find another word. I think my therapist was telling me about that too. Like, nah, quit saying you trying to be humble.
Because ain't nobody else trying to be humble. But no, trying to be in every, like I was running myself ragged, being a single mom, being a caretaker, becoming a doula over the past few months, and then trying to get that and like trying to be in every space possible, especially when it came to being a comedian, trying to be in every space possible to the point where, because I was dealing with everything else and not talking about it or showing it, I was getting burnt out. Like I felt like I wasn't giving my all in certain situations. So then I had to pull back because I don't need nobody seeing that, because then that's going to miss out on other opportunities. So I had to take a step back because I wasn't reevaluating the fact that my journey and my process and what I do is different. I had to be selected about the rooms that I went into. I had to be selected about the shows, because if they weren't treating me well or understanding and stuff like that, there's somebody else that they can get to do it. And I had to be okay with that. Somebody else could do it. That's fine. Because I had to realize I was also moving myself in other rooms. Like, okay, I haven't been on these shows in a while and something like that. But I'm also getting referrals for private stuff. It's like I had to realize my journey and dream is different. And it was brand new. So becoming a doula, brand new. Becoming a comedian, all of these were brand new. So not only am I trying to figure out who I am in these spaces, I'm also trying to navigate them. Like, these weren't quote unquote dreams or goals that I've had for years. These were things that I became passionate about after learning and doing about it. And now I'm doing the groundwork, but I'm already in it. It's like becoming a scientist and I'm still taking chemistry 101. Like, like, they want you for here because you can do it, but you still got to get the basic fundamentals at it. So I had to go easier on myself with that. It's not going to look like everybody else, and I had to be okay with that.
Yes. And that's all that I was thinking when I mentioned Taraji, is that I do sometimes think we put this we have this this thing about ourselves where we feel like we have to be in every space and do everything, and sometimes we water ourselves down.
Yes, yeah, that's it. That's the word.
I'm learning that myself. Like, I'm learning that myself as well, because you know, it is hard for me to say no, and it's also hard for me to prioritize myself. And say what I deserve and what I want and go for that. And I think that's hard for a lot of Black women.
Yeah.
Probably women, period, but definitely for sure Black women. Mm-hmm. I know we have this tendency to always be caring for everyone else. So I was just saying that I know she's demanding more, and I respect that, but I also want to check on sis to say, sis, are you making sure that you don't say yes to everything? Even because you especially, I know that type of energy of like, I'm gonna be in this space and I'm gonna give my all, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to show up no other way but my all. And you giving your all in all of these different spaces, when you close the door and shut it and you sitting at home, you have nothing else for yourself. So that's why I'm wondering, just want to check on her for that. So
that's that mental health check-in.
That's that mental health check-in. We have to make sure we check in on our mental health, y'all.
Yeah. You said something. You were like, we carry so much on our shoulders. And I wonder, is that why my back big? Because I'm carrying so much? Like the Lord built me to carry that load. Like, I be in a gym, but I feel like I should probably... Because I think he signed me up to be his strongest warrior for a lot of people. So I feel like
that is not why
I might skip the gym today, because I feel like that's why my back big. It's to hold that.
As someone part of the big back community, I do not believe that God gave us these big old backs to hold all that weight. Okay, no, thank you. I'm not gonna say not that way, not the heavy weight. No, I don't think so. No, I just think he gave us
about that often. I'm like, I wonder, is that why?
No, ma'am. I ain't taking it. Nope. Because that's what they gonna be out here saying about all the big girls. Well, they can carry the weight. Let them. No, we can't
handle it. No, I cannot.
No, we can't. No, we can't.
Respectfully decline.
No, you're not. You're not gonna bring that energy over here to us. So no, we ain't claiming it. No, we ain't right. That's not it. It's just, he said bigger the better. That's all.
That's what it is. Yep. You're right.
Yes. Girl.
I play too much. I'm sorry.
I love it though. That's hilarious, y'all. So, moving into talking more about mental health, because this is what this segment is all about, the Hood Heals. Wanted to talk to you. I know we talked about just giving some of our own experiences, which I think we kind of highlighted a little bit, but talking more about our healing journeys, our mental health, where we are, more of you than me. But you've been including me into this too, because I'll talk a little bit about my stuff. So
I don't know. You know me. I'm open. I'm open like a ABC book. Like easy to read, easy to follow.
So let's just talk about, I don't know, something. Where are you, I would say, in your healing journey?
In my healing journey right now, I am in the execution phase, which is doing the work. There is one thing for me to go to therapy or realize my triggers, and, you know, with PTSD from relationships and stuff like that. There's another thing to actually do the work to realize when these things are happening and how they affect my body and my thinking. So following the exercises my therapist is giving me, reading the books that I need, and basically reading myself, like getting more in tune with myself in this journey. You know, I had, if we want to take it back to 2017 with like leaving a marriage, you know, having PTSD because of that marriage, being suicidal, having, you know, suicidal thoughts, a failed suicide attempt, all leading up for me to become certified in certain areas to then turn around and help people who have mental issues and that are suicidal, to help pregnant moms with postpartum, because I was going through postpartum. Just kind of cycling back to the point where now I'm doing the work and also helping others on their journey. Because for me in my life and how I feel, I think I would be doing a disservice if I wasn't helping others overcome things or making them feel more comfortable about sharing who they are and what they went through, because I felt alone in my journey. And that's crazy. There's like a billion, trillion, I don't know how many people in the world. We didn't all had the same kind of situations. It could be different and tweaked, but you're not alone. And I feel like the more that I talk about certain things, the more people understand, like, hey, okay, I'm not alone. That's happened. So how did her journey go about getting that help and stuff like that? So I'm in the work phase. It was one thing to acknowledge everything. Now it's like, okay, so how are we going to work past that in a healthier way for you, your family, and, you know, professional life and just on. So.
Execution, doing the work.
The work. I mean, I was an overachiever in high school and middle school and stuff, so I'm hoping I can do the same thing when it comes to my mental health.
Overachieve.
Like, I'm gonna do this project, I'm gonna do this exercise. So yeah, I'm in the work phase, which I think has been the most difficult journey for me, because I feel like it's easy to place the blame on other people, and it's rightfully so in some areas. But now I am in a space where taking accountability of my actions in certain situations and stuff like that. Like, you can't make anyone cheat or do those things, but what about me ignored certain things or allowed certain things? Like, my accountability in stuff, which is difficult, because it's like, well, I didn't make, you know, it was like, at first it was like, well, that ain't my fault. It's, that's not. But how I reacted and how I did things or ignored things played a part in certain situations I had been in. A lot of stuff, not just my marriage, just moving forward in the healing process too. So, girl, taking accountability. I don't like doing things I can't spell.
You know, not she said I don't like doing stuff now. Not still. I was like, but you just said a mouthful. Yeah. Accountability. Whoo. And you said it's hard, and I agree. It is so hard for people to see how they showed up in spaces. And it projects on social media every day. Every day I feel like that is projected on social media. Like, people can tell people about themselves so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Can you do it for yourself, boo?
But that accountability to correcting your own behavior.
Need some water.
I'll take a sip.
That's what it is. Correcting your own behavior. And that's what it was. Because of certain traumas, I might have been in therapy for stuff, but I wasn't doing the work. So I was developing other unhealthy stuff to cope with the other stuff. Still, I was just an unhealthy blob where, like, I had to literally take 2 months off of leave work earlier last year because my therapist was like, you're going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And I can't afford that because, again, I take care of a disabled parent and I have 2 kids that I have 90% of the time. If I'm in the hospital out of commission, there's no other support in my household. There's no other family or anything like that. So I had to get it together. And I didn't realize how bad not addressing my mental health to the point to heal was affecting everything else.
Yeah, that's real. Girl, even the point of the therapist, shout out to your therapist, because one thing too that resonates is that mental breakdown. Like, if you don't do it now, this is eventually going to happen. Like, even if you can't control when it happens. So if you don't take care of what's cooking,
it'll build up.
That pot gonna run it over, and baby, you just gonna explode, and
it ain't gonna be pretty. I think I realized she told me that, but that was after the fact that I had 3 panic attacks in a 2-week span, and I don't think I had panic attacks like that since I was married. Like it had been a while, like a few years since I had panic attacks. It was one so bad. I knew I wasn't dying. And again, I do this for a living. I do it for a living. When people call in and you're not dying, I know the tools and things. But again, I thought I was dying, and I took myself to the hospital because I'm like, this not right. Something's wrong.
It feels like you're dying. I don't think people talk about the experiences of having panic attacks. So I'm glad we bring this up. I've had plenty in my 20s. Oh my God. Like, it used to be so bad. Like, I'll be on the highway and literally go in hyperventilation, and I'm just literally cannot breathe. Having to pull over on the side of the road and release it. And usually released in tears.
Oh, always. Ugly, snotty tears. I keep tissue in my car on a regular now. And baby wipes. Snotty. Like, I didn't be dehydrated, but still, for some reason, all that water still come out your face.
Yes, and just, oh my God. And to the point where, like you said, your heart is beating, so you think it's like literally about to come out of your chest. And yeah, like, you have
all logic goes out the window.
Until you have to really, and one of the tools, I don't know if this is what you've been told, but I know for me, my therapist told me is like tapping on myself to kind of get that feeling of where I am. I'm in the present, like bring myself to the present, or putting my vision on something that's around me, and trying to stay focused on that, and breathing, shallowing my breathing as much as possible. So these are some of the things that I had to do to like bring myself down from those panic attacks. But oh my God, those things it usually comes from anxiety. So folks who are out there dealing with anxiety, if you may experience panic attacks, I would definitely say go get yourself checked out and, get someone in to help you with anxiety. I always talk about my truth in having anxiety and depression. More anxiety than anything, but I think my anxiety comes from traumas, which I'm processing with my therapist.
Shout out to therapy.
Shout out to therapy, y'all.
Especially black therapists matters. I think having a black female therapist was the best thing.
Me too.
Especially someone I trusted, and not settling for someone I didn't click with.
Yes.
I think people be like, well, I had a therapist that didn't work out. No, you didn't have
the right therapist.
That therapist didn't work out. Because y'all don't say that after your relationship. Well, I ain't work out with old boy, so I never go. No!
Some of them do that.
Don't do it with therapists.
Some of them do say they don't want to go back.
We don't go back.
I'm just saying. But I heard you.
Don't stop until you find what fits and what works for you.
Yeah.
And I think not giving up, because I had a black female therapist before, and it just didn't click. And it was something about this one, because I met in a different space and stuff like that, that it works out. And it takes time, and don't give up, because everything that you're going through took time for stuff to build up like this too. So people think like, well, I don't want to sit and talk about my childhood. You don't have to. Therapy is centered around you. You get to choose how to address stuff, you know?
And when you want to address it. Yeah.
That part. Yeah. And you have to have someone that's committed to your mental health and well-being. Because I had an issue with my therapist. Well, not an issue, but I had that with my therapist coming not so long ago. We were kind of focusing on some things that were causing me anxiety and stuff like that, which kind of trickled off to some things about my childhood. And not saying I didn't want to address those issues at the time. I wanted to address what my body was going through with certain triggers about that PTSD. Because for me, the past isn't going to change. That's for me. I know once I'm healed, I do probably will go back and process that. But I know the past won't change for me. So I have to figure out what about those situations make me do what I do now.
Yeah.
Not do it anymore. So people think I don't want to talk about my mom. You don't got to. Yeah. There's ways to address your trauma and your reaction to your trauma. Because that'd be it. Is your reaction to the trauma after everything's happened.
I think what you're saying, and I totally agree, is, and I'm not saying this to put words in your eyes, but how I'm interpreting it is that you're saying you want to address your reaction, so changing your behaviors.
Yes.
And sometimes people don't think that is a step that you do have to take. You have to address your behaviors to certain traumas and triggers, and then you get to a point where that now you understand what's triggering you, and you now can say, oh, so maybe that's why I need to go back to and dive into to figure out how to like heal it. So, and I think that's where I am in my trauma is because I have so much childhood trauma that I have to go back to it. Yeah. Because I think for me, what I didn't do growing up is I didn't process it. I kind of forgot it and just survived.
Yep, that's what it is. And now we're learning how to get out of survival mode. And that's why I say therapy is a godsend, but you also have to find the right fit and what you need to address. You knew that, and that's what's helping. Yeah, exactly. Because for me, I have to change my behaviors because when I feel a certain way or do a certain thing, I react a certain way negatively, which don't affect nobody but me. I'm like, we got to fix that. Because I used to think for the longest that I was just a mean, stubborn person in certain type of interactions with people.
Girl, you mean?
I know, right? And that's only because I got used to displaying those behaviors because of what had happened to me before. So I was mean or seemed mean and stuff because I was closed off. Now I don't have to be that. I'm very open about stuff now. And now if you're not going to address what's bothering me from your actions, then I don't have to deal with it. I used to deal with it in certain situations, whether it was from things in my childhood that made me felt like I had to sit and deal with things in a marriage. I don't have to do that right now. I get to choose to be happy in what who I interact with. And it didn't click at first. Like it seems so simple, but then, like I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to interact with you because that makes me do XYZ.
Yeah.
And I gotta blame XYZ on me.
And I think that's important. I think people don't understand that. Like when people like that cut off game strong.
Baby.
That cut off game strong.
Cut you off faster than chartering that internet when you ain't pay that bill. Well, you can't log into your Fire Stick. I gotta stop.
That's real though, because, and I think what people don't understand about that is that it's not about you, it's about me. Like I left you alone because of how I am. It's not nothing about it. I mean, your reactions and things, your behaviors cause me to do this. Yeah. But I'm not telling you to change who you are. I'm saying you go do you all over there, but I will be over here for my peace of mind. Not worried about you.
And that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think people are just so, not all people, obviously, selfish. I think selfish people tend to think about it as a them thing when it's not. And I had to do that in a lot of sense. I'm like, well, why they do that? Because it ain't got nothing to do with me. They don't wake up thinking about me all the time. Some of them should, but they don't.
It's not even personal. Like, well, it's not even personal.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not personal. I just had to do what I need to do for myself. Just, I just have to do what I need to do for myself. Just like I want you to do the best for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah, and when you decide, and I think this is on the other side of the hand too, though, is when people decide to cut you off, you just got to be okay with that. You just have to be okay.
That's it. That's where that ego be stepping in for people. A lot of times, got a lot of big ego. It's like, oh, so you ain't gonna talk to me because of baby. Just relax and accept it. There's like a whole bunch of other people in this city. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me.
Somebody was saying, if I do you no good, I don't know, it was like a TikTok video or something. I don't know who this is. I wish I can quote them. I ain't trying to steal y'all stuff, but I just thought it was real. She was like, if I'm not bringing nothing to your life, nothing, it's okay, boo-boo. I want you to cut me off.
Don't let me drag you down, because then you're going to be making podcasts about me later. You know how they do. You get the one and they all like that. No.
So yeah. I just think that as people, especially in our community, I think we talk about that like it's such a bad thing to not indulge with people. And I think because we have this spirit of community and village and I think that's beautiful. I think as Black people, that is so beautiful about us. But I also think that we need to really homage in on, it's okay to not deal with everybody and be in every spaces. Yeah. Because like you said, sometimes they could be just harmful to you, draining. And it's okay to be intentional about yourself and what,
You have to be. At the end of the day, that's all you got. That's all you got is yourself and your mental. And if you are doing things that you think are benefiting you just to appear a certain way to others and they not, you're just gonna be, your hair gonna fall out, your teeth gonna come out, you're just gonna look withered. Don't do it. I start talking to people for my health. Like I've seen hairlines and stuff like that. It's stress. Don't let the people stress you out. Don't let it. You take care of you.
I'm learning. I am learning more of that as I grow. Yes.
It's easier said than done sometimes, but it's like it's a process. It really is.
It is a process. It is. Especially when you're a person that cares. Because there's a lot of good people out here that just care about people.
I know.
And sometimes you get the short end of the stick. Mm-hmm. But
all them short ends of the sticks, I done built me a long one. Now I use it to push people away. No. I ain't doing it no more. Put them sticks together. Just move on. Just move on. Push them out the way. Get on.
And let's make it clear. We're talking about toxic folks. People who mean you no good. Yeah. Not everybody needs to be pushed away. Just those folks who is
right. Because you have to realize the things about pushing people away and our communication skills in certain relationships, whether it's professional, personal, on how to make better. Because some people are like, well, I'm gonna just cut them off. Is it beneficial for the both of y'all, or can you just kind of work on some stuff and learn how to heal? Like,
I'm working on that one.
You cut everybody off, and you wonder why you the old lady in the shoe. Because as soon as them kids get on it, they leaving too. Like, no. I think people try to use that as an excuse.
I'm working on it, Shante. Dang, don't I'm working on it. I'm an Aquarius, so baby, it be like snip.
We are not going to do the zodiac signs. Dang you, Vanna, we are not.
It's a billion people in the world. I'll find another one.
No, and that's it right there. That's it. Well, you don't do it. I'll find somebody else to put up with your crap instead of you trying to learn how to be better and not crap. No.
I'm good. I'm better.
I said that one time to somebody else. They was like, I hope my ex is doing better, because I wish you would put somebody through the same thing you did me. No. You better went to therapy and got some help. You better learn from this situation. Just don't get someone who's going to take the D level of the C stuff you was already giving me. No, do better. It's like that's why I had to do better. You know, like, cut these people off, or is there a reason as to why? And is that something that I care to change about myself or not? And if not, I'm okay with that. I think people have to stop being afraid of, if you want to be toxic, be toxic, but you're gonna have to accept that you're toxic. Don't get mad when you know you is. Just accept it. Learn to love yourself the way you are. If you don't, then change it.
And if you don't, then change it. Yes, I agree. If you feel like you want to be a toxic person, go ahead and be toxic.
It's okay.
Yes.
There's community.
But again, you can't be mad when people step away because of your toxicity, though. Like,
exactly. I think that's what it is. People think that guy is supposed to stick around.
No.
Why would I eat this potato salad with raisins knowing I don't like it? That's dumb.
Exactly.
Keep that toxic stuff over there.
Girl, you is silly.
Stupid. All right, let's go.
Y'all, I told y'all Shante is gonna bring us all the comedy this season. I swear.
Yes. The mental health is so important. This journey that I'm on of actually executing the healing process has been really important, but really challenging. I think that's why I'm so vocal about it too, because a lot of people didn't know a lot of stuff that I had been through, because I appear in some spaces like, oh girl, you got it. No baby, I'm getting it. Well, I ain't got it. Let me tell you how I got to where I'm getting it, you know. And it's just not having shame behind any of it either.
Yeah.
Not feeling shame about suicidal thoughts or a past attempt, or not feeling shamed and being put in the statistics about Black women and divorce and all that stuff like that. Like, no. Yeah. These are journeys that I went to. These are things that happen, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. At one point I felt like it was. And I'm glad that did not, happen or go through all the way. So just knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that I have the power to be that light and share that light.
Yeah.
So
it's real. And I agree with you and that goes back to the stigma. I think addressing that, and like you said, like not being ashamed to talk about, what you struggle with, the things you experience, and how, for me, I think a lot of times the biggest part of that is, as a victim for me, is you try to not only save face for you, but what I'm trying to break out of in my own healing journey is breaking out of the saving face for the people who hurt you.
Ooh. Yeah.
So that is what I think that goes back to my character and my being.
Trying to make everybody else feel better, even if it was the person that hurt you. Like, it happens, and it sucks that, but like when you think about it, what kind of ass backwards stuff is that? Like, I'm really trying to make the person that
I know,
and it's that whole trauma thing and processing, and
Remember when I said when my therapist was, when we were going through, she was like, "Man, you have to give yourself grace. You are healing through multiple traumas, multiple." So yes, and as a child experiencing those traumas, you don't even know how to deal with at that point. So you just growing, and then you get to be this adult. And shout out to what is her name? Carrie. Is her name Carrie? Carrie Washington. She had said something about from Scandal.
Yeah.
She made a comment about. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. In her memoir, in her new book,
about your parents got you to where they could get you, and so now it's your responsibility to be, who you want to be, and you have to, move yourself through that. And so that is like what's happening. Like, I got only so far within my childhood, right, with all of the traumas that I experienced, and now here I'm as an adult. And not to say that the traumas have stopped, right? Even in adulthood, they don't stop.
Exactly. They take on different forms.
They take on different
PTSD from all of that.
And you still keep going, and you just like, oh my God, I'm just, what is all of this? But now taking the time to say, okay, I was hurt, I was harmed, and it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
As an adult. Like it wasn't my fault. And I don't think, again, I think a lot of times we just don't take heed to, we have been hurt and we're trying to save face for those who harmed us. I think we do that a lot in the Black community, especially with Black people. Like we have this like unhealthy, like I'ma support Black people even if they toxic. Even if they are the ones that are, you know, harming our spaces. And I think that we definitely need to kind of address a little bit of that in our community. That goes back to that accountability.
Yeah. Ooh, that's that word. Did that word.
Do we need a segment on accountability? No,
we do. We do.
How do you accept accountability?
Go to the street. We should go to the streets.
It's definitely how do you accept accountability? And I feel like that skipped the generation. That's a whole other conversation too.
We gotta learn it from scratch because our parents, I don't think our parents knew what that was at all. I don't think that word existed. That might have gotten added to the Webster's dictionary in the late 80s, early 90s, because I don't think the other ones know what that is.
They don't understand that.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you want me to what? Accountability? What?
You turned out all right. Did I? Did I really?
Oh, no. Yours or mine? No, I don't think so. But yes. I think that would be another episode, baby. Yes. Oh, God. Talk about mental health.
I'm telling you, that is a can of worms that's going to keep spilling out.
Yes. Yes, it is. Because as Black folks, just being Black, you need to check on your mental health, right?
No. Man.
Just being Black, you have to they need to be, somebody said reparations, we need free therapy. And I would say, yes, Black providers, please.
Yeah. Make sure there's enough
informed providers, please.
Make sure it's enough grants that the Black providers are getting the funds and they can get about a certain amount in their caseload. Yes.
Because
I don't need no 40 acres in a mule. Give me free therapy and a new air fryer. It broke and I'm so sad.
Not a new air fryer, girl.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is hilarious. So, yes. Oh. All right, girl. We is coming up on our time. I feel like I have not laughed this hard on a segment of the
podcast. Because that's what it is. Mental health definitely needs to be addressed. We definitely need to talk about it. But we definitely going to laugh about it. We definitely going to laugh about it.
Yes.
How else are we going to process it all? Got to.
Yeah. Because sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow.
It is.
And let me say this, Shante. Somebody told me, they gave me feedback, because I take feedback from the community. So if y'all listen, we got a new website.
Hey.
Yes. So you will be able to go on our website and provide us feedback about our shows and our segments. Because again, this is a community podcast. And we want to know what's good, what's great, where can we improve, and we definitely take that feedback. So definitely check us out. The website is www.thehoodconnect.org. I have to make sure I had it right.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, one of our feedback forms, they was telling us that our conversations are so heavy. And that we needed to kind of bring some light to the space in a sense. And they also said something about current events. And so I really appreciate you, because I think you're going to bring that to this space. So I take our feedback.
Yes, and I look forward to that, because yes, and I get that too. It can be heavy, and like I said, that lightheartedness, and I'm glad to bring that. And put your feedback in there, because the only thing that things can be for the community and grow is if the community is involved. And by all means, if you're somehow related to Michael B. Jordan, because St. Louis, we always relate to something, tell him the website, let him put his feedback in, I'm just saying.
If y'all know Michael,
I know somebody every time in St. Louis.
Just tag him below and tell him to holler at my girl. I just
holler at your girl.
Do her that good solid, y'all. Tell him to come holler at Shante Love, baby, because we need them to connect somehow, some way. Okay,
we do. I'm trying to be in Creed 4. Oh man, let me stop.
Okay, y'all. So on that note, this is just the beginning. This is our first episode of this season.
I'm gonna get better at sound effects. I am. I don't know what that was.
Hey, help me, because baby, I feel like I do need a little bit of some of that. But again, y'all, I can only do so much. I'm trying to grow. Yeah. Savannah ain't got it all. I can't do it all. I cannot. So I feel, we do need like a little sound effect or something. Yeah. But yeah, we gonna get there one day at a time. Yes. We 3 years in season 4.
Yes.
We got a co-host.
Hey.
And our shows, our live panel conversations are live in person happening. So it's a lot of things going on at the Hood Talks podcast.
Yes. A lot of great things.
It is.
Season 4, Unstoppable. Hey, I cannot wait. Y'all gonna love it.
I agree.
And if you don't, it's probably because you're toxic, and that's fine.
Shante said it.
I know, right? Shante said it. And put a disclaimer at the bottom. Anything Shante Love affiliated is not connected.
Look, we gonna have to. Shante said it. Don't hold the Hood Talks podcast.
Right. You have to put a little thing. Shante said it. Like, that's what you need to do.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast, man. Make sure y'all share, comment, tell us how do y'all feel about having a new co-host. Let us know, and let us know how excited you are about the new season. And make sure you keep tapping in.
Yes, tap.
Because we gonna keep bringing you all of the information and resources. You know how we do here.
Yes. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page and also follow us on all our social media.